Okay, recording who is not able to attend the session, we'll put into the group so that you can watch it later. And yeah, so we are into market from last 8 years, and we have good placement record also. And but most of the candidates got placed from manual testing itself. But many of the candidates are very happy with the manual testing, but they don't know the importance of automation testing. Okay, they will get to know only when their job comes into, problem. For example, contract renewal is not happening. Okay, my project is got over. Okay, and I am on the bench, right? Like this, if you get stuck with some kind of issues, then we'll start thinking of updating to the automation testing. That is impossible, guys. Okay, whenever you are there on the work, on the job, try to update your skill set. I have seen many candidates who comes to me only when they get the issue in the job. In that case, I'm helpless because you don't have skill set. Your package is very good, but your experience wise and your package wise does not match with your skill set. Your package is 8 lakh, 9 lakh, and you are having only 3 years of experience and you don't have automation skill set. No one will call you. Remember this. If they are calling you, and you are very lucky in that case. In my company, I'm seeing many people are getting a gate pass because they are not updating their skill set to the automation skill set. Okay, and Ajay sir will talk on that more. Okay, what is the importance of automation testing and all. Okay, who can join the training? Who is a fresher, who is want to update skills, their skill set, they can join us. Okay, already they have done course from many institute, but they are not up to the level of where the candidates are ready to work once they get the job. Get the job means get the work on the automation testing. Okay, if they if they get the work on automation testing, they should capable to handle it. Okay, so fresher level means okay, how to take the X path and how to put the element and this and that. That is fresher level is okay. Okay, there is no CI/CD, there is no Jenkins, there is no don't know how to use the gate and all. This is all the things they are expecting from the market nowadays. If you want to switch a job, you see the JD job description, they are literally asking for Shaktiman. Okay, that is how the industry is growing. And second thing, there are many people in the IT or in the market, they know everything. They know JMeter, they know Playwright, they know automation testing, they know API testing, they know rest assured, they know everything. With them, you have to compete. उनके साथ आपको competition करना पड़ेगा. Because of that reason, you should have at least one automation testing skill set, guys. Seriously. Okay. So obviously, you guys already know most means 100% of the trainers who is working under Triumph's Lab are all working in top MNCs, or they are from top MNCs. Okay, and obviously who are all from mechanical, civil, even though they are from non-technical background, they'll try to teach you from the very basic thing because you are from non-technical candidates. Okay, that is practical approach. And automation testing, you need a practice, guys. It's not like a manual testing where you just read and bite the concept and you'll clear the interview and start working. No, automation testing needs a practice. Okay, sir is going to take you through all the scenarios. Okay, one, let's say if sir is talking about one of the topic. Okay, collections. What are the importance of collection and what is the importance of asking the question in the interview? What kind of question they ask in the interview? These are all the things sir is going to cover. Okay, and record a sessions for future reference. It will be there, and we help you to put the what is that job opening also. Okay, we'll help you in the taking the mock interviews. We'll help you in the taking the, I mean, we'll prepare the resume also. Okay, Naukri profile also. We'll help you in that. Okay. So my concern is okay, I understand. You guys are all working. Okay, you don't have time to do that. So you'll never update your skill set. That is going to be a very, very, very problematic is obviously everyone is working and they want to update their skill set. They don't have option. They have to adjust their time. That's it. That's the only thing you can do. Okay. So Ajay sir will take you through the syllabus. I'll stop sharing my screen. Okay. Ajay sir, over to you. And Ajay sir, just give a brief introduction about Ajay sir. Ajay sir is having around 10 years of experience, completely into automation. Okay. Sir is having a good knowledge on, Java Selenium, Rest Assured, and JMeter. Okay. So whatever, I mean, karate and K6. These are all the skill set the Ajay sir is having. Okay. Sir will give the syllabus or overall syllabus cover, they'll cover. And if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay. Yes, sir. Over to you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu sir. Let me share my screen. All right. Yeah, uh, I need to thank Prabhu sir. Actually, he gave a very nice introduction about the today's reality in industries. I mean, Earlier, those were the days when we used to think like manual testing is a separate job, automation testing is a separate job, non-functional testing like performance or security testing is a separate job. But the today's reality is if they hire you as a QA tester, as Prabhu sir was mentioning, you need to be an all-rounder. Okay, as he rightly said, like a Shaktiman. QA tester means the industry people's perception is you will do any type of testing. The end goal is they need to test their product and deploy it. And whatever the type of testing comes in the way, they will not hire a specific person for a specific type of testing. That is the reality. So I just want to show you one of the requirements just that we are hiring in our company as of today. Okay. So this is the actual requirement for which we are conducting the interviews on a daily basis. This is for an intermediate experience role, 5 to 7 years kind of an person we are looking for. But this gives the overall picture of what the industry is expecting from a QA professional. Okay, so just concentrate on these first 4 or 5 points here. So basically, they are expecting a person who is experienced with manual and automation testing. Now there is no longer a segregation between a manual tester and an automation tester. A tester means they have to do everything. And coming to the tool of manual testing, the third point here. Okay. The third point, just read through this sentence. Expert with at least one of the major automation tools, and this will be most likely Selenium. So that is how the industry is looking at the automation space. There are many tools in the market, like there is something called as Cypress and Playwright, which are gaining, a lot of traction in today's times. But still, Selenium is the industry leader. More than 90% of the companies are still using Selenium. It has its own advantages over other tools. Cypress and Playwright, they come with their own package. You have to use them in their own way. They don't give that flexibility so that you can use it in your own way by creating custom frameworks and all. Okay. And in this experience, they are also talking about the languages. Okay. Java and Python. Python is mainly gaining importance because of this AI things. Any artificial intelligence related technologies, may it may be related to data warehousing or LLM models or simply prompt engineering. In that space, Python is gaining traction. But when it comes to the automation space, it is still Java which is leading the chain here. And of course, the industry is also expecting from a QA professional any one non-functional testing. And the important one is the performance testing or the load testing. So this basically gives us where we are currently standing in the industries. Okay, so anybody, whether he is of experience of 1 year or 2 year or even a fresher, very soon you people have to scale up with additional skill set, not just the manual testing skills. Okay. And we have seen like, which, whether, if I decided to start with automation, where I should start. Definitely it is going to be web automation. And in web automation, the leading tool is Selenium. Okay. I'll show the course contents. So the course title goes like Selenium WebDriver with Java, but more aptly, this should be called as Web UI Automation, because Selenium is only like 30 to 40% of this entire syllabus. Along with Selenium, we will be learning a host of other tools like Maven, like TestNG, like Log4j or Extend Report, Jenkins, GitHub. All these are essential to carry out the automation of web applications. Okay. And how basically this Selenium works? This is not Appium, this is basically Selenium. How basically this Selenium works? Okay, so for that, let me show you this architecture of Selenium. At the right extreme end, we have the real browsers in which our web applications will be opened and we will be interacting with it. On the extreme left, we have something called as Selenium client libraries. These are nothing but our programming languages, whether it is Java or JavaScript or Python. And where is Selenium falling here? In between the real browsers and the programming language interface. So Selenium basically takes the command through programming languages and replicates those commands as actions on the real browsers. That is why we should be learning any programming language to interact with Selenium. And the most widely used language is Java. Okay, so whenever you want to start learning any automation tool, you have to be knowing any one language. And the most popular language is Java. So in this course also, we will be starting with Java. Okay, and Java is a very huge language. It has multiple, usages. It is used in mobile app developments. It is used in backend API development, front-end development. What section of Java we will be learning, we call it as core Java. Okay, where mainly the OOPS concepts are involved. Why core Java? Because that is what is needed for Selenium. Okay, so we'll start with Java. We'll basically start from the very basics, like what is Java, when it started, how Java basically works, and everything we'll cover. And slowly we will get into the OOPS concepts. Okay, so there are 5 to 7 different OOPS concepts. OOPS is nothing but object oriented program. It is one of the style of programming, and Java is actually incorporated this OOPS style of programming. So we have to understand what these concepts are and where we can use them in Selenium. So we will be going through the entire concepts of OOPS one by one, learning them in detail. And then we will be learning some other things. These are not related to OOPS concept, but these are part of Java, which are very much essential in Selenium automation. Okay, there is something called as multi-threading and there is something called as collections framework. Without this, we cannot achieve the Selenium automation. So the first part of this syllabus or this course is going to be learning of Java. And once you have the grip on this programming language Java, then you can start communicating with Selenium. Okay, you need to tell Selenium what you want to do and how you will tell it through Java. Okay, so then we will basically start with what Selenium is all about. The history of Selenium, the architecture of Selenium, the different components of Selenium. If I show you the official website of Selenium, okay, Selenium is a completely open source software. It is free to use. Anybody in the world can just download it and start using it. And it majorly has 3 components: WebDriver, we call it Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IDE, and Selenium Grid. Although this course title says it is Selenium WebDriver, we will be learning all 3 sections of this. We will be learning this IDE, we will be learning Selenium Grid and WebDriver. The major component is, of course, the WebDriver. Okay. And then basically we will be, going through the entire features of Selenium. Selenium has its own history. It was started way back in 2004. Okay, if I just show you the history, it was started long back in 2004. So it has successfully completed 20 long years in the industry, and it is still going strong only because it has kept evolving itself. Selenium, when it started, was Selenium first version, and today we are at the Selenium fourth version. And this is what we will be learning. Okay, so Selenium 4 is what being used in industries today. And since its origin, it has kept evolving, it has kept adding more and more features to it. It has updated itself for the recent industry trends. And today Selenium stands very powerful. Okay, and it can do a lot more things than the previous versions of Selenium would have done. Okay, so we will be learning all those things, and we will be learning more importantly the Selenium 4 features. So whenever you start attending the interviews of Selenium, they will start with this question: what are the major changes that are there in Selenium 4 or the Selenium 4 features? So we will be learning Selenium in its entirety. All the different components like IDE, like Grid and WebDriver that are part of the latest Selenium version. And learning just the tool is also not sufficient. I learn Selenium, I learn Java, but in order to achieve the web automation, we have to learn other related tools also. Say, for example, there is something called as TestNG. So, along with Selenium, we will also have to use this tool, TestNG, which has its own usage. It helps in constructing our test cases. It helps in execution of our test cases. It helps in parallel execution of our test case. Selenium will interact with browser. That is the job of Selenium. But in order to do the web UI automation, we need all these supporting tools. Like the project that we will be creating, it will be a Maven project. And in our automation, we will be requiring some test data, which we will be storing in some database or in some Excel file. And that is what we call as data-driven testing that we should learn. And the framework structure that we design, it is going to be a page object model design. So what is this page object model, why it is important, and what are the other you know related design patterns, all that we will be learning. Okay, so framework is basically it enables us to develop the automated scripts more fast, and it also helps us in maintenance of our scripts. So it's not like I'll just write one big code and it will start executing the entire workflow of the application. So we will be organizing our code according to a design that we call as a framework. Okay, so we designed the framework, we developed say 50 or 100 scripts, but where to execute them? I cannot go on executing all those 100 scripts on my local machine. I should have some platform for execution. That is where the Selenium grid comes into picture. So we will be basically setting up the Selenium grid on our machine and see how to connect our scripts to this grid and execute our scripts on the grid. Okay, so this is still the grid is still on our local machine. How to execute our scripts on a centralized location? So that is where this GitHub and Jenkins will come into picture. So basically, this course is not just about Selenium. It is going to be about the entire web UI automation and whatever is required to achieve this. We will be requiring a programming language. We will be requiring a tool called Selenium. We will be requiring the supporting tools like TestNG, Maven, Grid, Jenkins. All those we will be learning. Okay. On top of this, like the icing on the cake, industry also expects one more tool called as Cucumber. Okay, it's an entirely different type of testing approach. We call it as behavior driven development approach. So this basically enables any non-technical people in the company. Say, for example, in our team, there will be a project manager, there will be a scrum master, there will be a product owner. They are not technical people. They don't even know the concepts of manual testing, but still they want to do some testing or some automation. So they will come up with some ideas or some scenarios. Okay. Some testing scenarios they will simply write in English statements. Okay. So plain English statements. And those statements can be converted to an automated script using this BDD Cucumber framework. It is basically a tool. We call it as a framework because it doesn't come with its own IDE. It is like some jar files we need to install, and we can start calling the APIs in that framework. Okay. So nowadays people are also expecting the knowledge on this tool also. So whenever you say web UI automation, it contains a lot of things, not just Selenium. Okay. So as part of this course, we will be covering the fundamentals of this Cucumber also, because this is very much essential to get through any interview. Okay. So the framework might be the top layer of the framework will still be Selenium, but the interaction layer will be Cucumber. Okay. So this is mainly to enable the non-technical people in the organization into the technical domain. Okay. So as part of this course, all these topics will be covered. And to cover all these things, the estimated duration that will be required is around 60 hours. It can be, a couple of hours less or a couple of hours more. And it totally depends on how our learning is going on. Okay. And how interactively you people will be, interacting in the sessions, asking questions. The more interactive you people will be, the more learning will happen. Okay. So no matter how much knowledge I will be having, you people have to basically dig into it. The more questions you ask, the more interaction and the more knowledge sharing will happen. Okay. So this is going to be the course of Selenium automation learning. I would, rather call it as a web UI automation learning. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to cover here. Yeah, Prabhu sir, you can take over.
Yeah, thank you, Ajay sir. I hope everyone has, I mean, everyone has understood the, syllabus and everything. So, thank you, Ajay sir. If you have any questions, you can ask, guys. The session will be in the morning itself. Okay.
हेलो
Yep.
सर डॉट नेट ये डॉट नेट क्लास था ना
ये वाला
हाँ डॉट नेट
डॉट नेट कल ही खत्म हो गया सुजीत।
उसके लेक्चर चालू नहीं हुए क्या मतलब अभी तक क्योंकि मुझे लगा वही लिंक है उस पर ज्वाइन किया था मैंने
नहीं नहीं नहीं, वो कल ओरिएंटेशन सेशन था, विल पुट इन दैट। ओके, वहाँ पे ग्रुप में डाल देते हैं। ओके, फाइन। सो अजय सर, मॉर्निंग सेशन 7 to 8 ना?
Yes, yes, Prabhu sir. 7 to 8 in the morning.
Okay. And first three demonstration will be free, guys. Okay, you can attend. Okay, and then later you decide. Okay, and इधर कौन कौन है? नंद कुमार। ओके 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 ओके, फाइन। एनी गाय, एनी डाउट गाइस?
ये सर कब से चालू होगा और ड्यूरेशन क्या रहेगा पूरा कोर्स का?
ड्यूरेशन 60+ आवर्स है सर, 60 आवर्स अराउंड, 60 आवर्स अराउंड। आई थिंक रिसेंटली सर ने जो लिया है वो वीडियोस लिया, तो फिर आई थिंक 60 क्लासेस और एक दो बाकी रहेगा आई गेस। या 59, कल ही तो अपडेट किया थे कुकुम्बर फ्रेमवर्क 59+। यप, इट्स अराउंड 60 आवर्स गाइस।
Hello, this is Sonali.
Hi, Sonali.
Yeah, hello, Professor. So I
Hi.
have one doubt.
Yeah.
Actually, right now I'm doing the job and as a manual tester. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so I'm a little bit confused that what should I prefer, whether the .NET framework or the Selenium and the Java. Means right now तो मैं मतलब मैनुअल टेस्टिंग ही कर रही हूँ, बट कौन सा फिर फ्यूचर में मुझे ज्यादा प्रिफरेबल रहेगा, तो उस हिसाब से, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी शेड्यूल इतना पैक है कि उसमें भी टाइम निकाल के कुछ अपडेट करना स्किल्स थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग हो ही रहा है।
हम्म। सी जावा सेलेनियम ही हम क्यों लेते हैं ज़्यादा? ओके। अभी देखो, पाइथन विद सेलेनियम भी है, जावा स्क्रिप्ट विद सेलेनियम भी है, रूबी सेलेनियम है, और क्या बोलते हैं, डॉट नेट सेलेनियम है। ओके, जावा सेलेनियम भी है, बट थिंग इज जावा सेलेनियम ज़्यादा लोग यूज़ करते हैं। ओके।
Humanity say opening point of view, the Java and Selenium is preferable more, right, as compared to
यस,
other.
यस, यस। अभी इफ यू गेटिंग 10 इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन, 10 इंटरव्यूज, ओके, सो 8 to 9 आपको जावा सेलेनियम ही रहेगा।
फिर इसके लिए कुछ C++ का बैकग्राउंड चाहिए रहेगा क्या, आई मीन?
मुझे नहीं लगता। आई डोंट थिंक सो। अजय सर,
नहीं
नॉट।
नहीं, इस बेसिकली जावा इज बिल्ट ऑन ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्राम, उप्स कॉन्सेप्ट जो हम बोलते हैं ना, उस पे बिल्ट है।
ओके।
सी प्लस प्लस इज ऑल्सो एन उप्स, नो, उप्स बेस्ड लैंग्वेज। बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि जावा लर्न करने के लिए सी प्लस प्लस आना चाहिए, बिल्कुल भी नहीं। यू कैन स्टार्ट विद जावा।
मतलब यू नो मेरा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स बैकग्राउंड था, बट ये मैनुअल टेस्टिंग का कोर्स करके आई हैव इन इंडस्ट्री एंड डूइंग द मैनुअल टेस्टिंग। तो
हम्म।
थोड़ा मतलब एक प्रॉपरली थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड पता रहे कि नहीं, मतलब एक कभी कभी C++ आना चाहिए ही, एंड देन यू गो फॉर द जावा, इट्स
नहीं
नॉट लाइक दैट, राइट?
नहीं नहीं, वो वो प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस का हिस्ट्री है। पहले सी आया,
यस।
उसके बाद
हाँ।
सी प्लस प्लस आया, उसके बाद जावा आया। ऐसा
ओके।
नहीं कि हम भी वैसे ही लर्न करेंगे। आज की डेट में सी प्लस प्लस और सी कहीं भी यूज होता ही नहीं,
नहीं।
होता ही नहीं
यस।
है। Okay, so that is fine. So initially, for people who are from non-computer science background, उनके लिए थोड़ा difficult रहेगा to understand how programming works and all. But you can directly start with Java. Okay, यहाँ Java का हम basic से start करेंगे, how a programming language interacts with the computer. That's how we start.
ओके।
Okay, so nothing to worry on that side.
हम्म।
आई थिंक यू कैन सी हियर, कोरा अगर आपने किया तो 65 to 75% जावा ही पूछते हैं। एंड वन मोर थिंग, सी सी प्लस सीखने बैठ गए आप तो जावा कभी सीखेंगे नहीं आप। वो खत्म करके आप जावा आना चाहते हैं तो ओके। सी सी प्लस आर बीइंग यूज्ड इन एम्बेडेड सिस्टम्स। ओके।
ओके।
otherwise java directly you can learn, but it needs a practice if you're from not from a programming language background। मैं देखा हूँ मैकेनिकल गाइज भी किया है। ओके, जावा
या
सेलेनियम।
इनफैक्ट मैकेनिकल गाइस ज्यादा परफॉर्म करते हैं,
हम्म। so कुछ नहीं,
क्योंकि उनके माइंड
प्रैक्टिस
में, या
चाहिए
इनके
बस, और
माइंड में
कुछ
ऐसा रहता है कि हम लोगों को थोड़ा सा टफ जाएगा, सो दे डू द मोर प्रैक्टिस, मोर परफेक्शन, एज
नहीं।
कम्पेयर टू, because I
एग्जैक्टली।
have many guys who are from the mechanical background and they are performing good.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट। आप लोगों का सी एस वाले को थोड़ा ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस रहता है ना, इसलिए वो थोड़ा आता है, वो इसमें रहते
Hmm.
हैं लोग थोड़ा। ओके। एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू दिस वन, टाइमिंग का सबका इश्यू हो सकता है और आपको एडजस्ट करना ही पड़ेगा, बिकॉज कोई ऑप्शन है ही नहीं आपके पास, नहीं तो आप कभी सीख ही नहीं पाएंगे ऑटोमेशन। ओके। कब तक, जब जब तक आप बेंच पे नहीं आते, जब तक आपको नोटिस पीरियड सर्व करने तब तक सीखेंगे नहीं क्या? ऐसे ही हो जाएगा ना फिर, तभी टाइम मिलेगा आपको, राइट? नहीं तो वर्क प्रेशर हमेशा रहता है, हर एक बंदे को रहता है। अभी रिसेंटली एक बंदे को ये मिला, क्या, 22 पैकेज मिला। उसको कैसे मिला? वो मैनुअल पे प्लेस हुआ था, मेरे थ्रू ही प्लेस हुआ था। Later he updated himself to playwright. Now he is getting 1,74,000 in hand salary उसका, राइट? मैं ग्रुप में भी डाला था। वाई? आपकी जैसे ही है। मेरे को लगता है मोस्ट ऑफ यू गाइस हैज प्लेस्ड और वर्किंग, आई मीन वो सिर्फ 3 साल पहले काम करना स्टार्ट किया, 3 साल सिर्फ। अच्छा, 2.8 ईयर्स उसका एक्सपीरियंस है, बस और कुछ नहीं। राइट? सो पैकेज अगर चाहिए, आपका जॉब सिक्योर करके रखना है, गो अहेड विथ अपडेटिंग द स्किल सेट, वट एवर इट इज। सेलेनियम रहने दो, प्लेराइट रहने दो, जो भी रहने दो, बट स्किल सेट अपडेट होना ही चाहिए। एंड सेलेनियम अभी आपने देखा, जस्ट मैं गूगल करके दिखाता हूँ आपको। ओके, सेलेनियम वर्सेस प्लेराइट, विच वन इज बेटर? while both Selenium and Playwright powerful web automation tools, okay, देखो, while Selenium is still strong choice for projects, जो ऑलरेडी प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं Selenium पे, वो लोग स्विच मार के Playwright को नहीं जाने वाला है। ये हमेशा याद रखो। Playwright has its own advantages and Selenium has its own advantages। अभी मैं कहीं पे देखा था, रेशो दिए थे उन लोगों ने, like 27% of the IT industry using Selenium and 2.8% using Playwright in terms of percentage। सी, कहाँ गए? अभी तो आया था। Selenium possessing around 23% of the testing and QA market, while Playwright is only 1.75। Got it? जो ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे, Selenium बहुत साल से चल रहा है, Playwright अभी आया मार्केट में। आपको एक ऑटोमेशन टूल आना चाहिए बस, कोई तो। सो आप डायरेक्टली माइग्रेट कर सकते हो, और यू कैन, आई मीन, समझ जाएगा कि वो लोग सामने वाला इंटरव्यूअर कि हाँ, अगर इसको प्लेराइट आ रहा है, हाँ, यू कैन डू द सेलेनियम ऑल्सो, यू कैन डू साइप्रेस ऑल्सो। अगर इसको सेलेनियम आ रहा है तो प्लेराइट भी कर सकते, कोई भी कर सकता है, बिकॉज सेम कॉन्सेप्ट रहेगा, क्योंकि दीज आर ऑल वेब ऑटोमेशन टूल्स। राइट अजय सर?
Right, Professor. So these are again, there will be some commercial tools, and all these Playwright, Selenium are open source tools. इंडस्ट्री में ज्यादा ओपन सोर्स टूल्स ही प्रेफर करते हैं, बिकॉज कमर्शियल टूल्स विल हैव देयर ओन चैलेंजेस। उसका लाइसेंस खरीदना पड़ता है, उसका एक फीचर नया वाला चाहिए तो उसके लिए भी अलग से पैसा देना पड़ता है। ओपन सोर्स इज नॉट लाइक दैट। वो अपने आप में अपडेट करते रहते हैं। हमें कुछ नया फीचर चाहिए तो हम किसी और टूल को भी इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं। सो पीपल यूजुअली प्रेफर ओपन सोर्स टूल्स। जैसे कि हम यहाँ देख सकते हैं, more than 15 times Selenium is used than any other popular tools like Playwright. There are many tools. Selenium, Playwright, Cypress are popular. इनका भी हम अगर comparison करते हैं, there is so much of a gap. क्यों? Because Selenium is, you know, वो इंडस्ट्री में बहुत साल से है, और उसने अपने आप को अपडेट करते आया है। प्लेराइट में प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है कि उसका एक खुद का एक फ्रेमवर्क होता है, हमको उसी को फॉलो करना है। उस फ्रेमवर्क को अगर हम मॉडिफाई करना चाहते हैं तो वो काम नहीं करेगा। सेलेनियम इज नॉट लाइक दैट। यू कैन कस्टमाइज इट लाइक, एज पर योर रिक्वायरमेंट। इसका एक मेन एडवांटेज है। ओके, सो दैट इज हाउ these tools are used in the industries। जो जितना फ्लेक्सिबल होगा, फ्री टू यूज होगा, एंड उसका प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज भी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है। जो टूल्स जावा को सपोर्ट करते हो वो ज्यादा यूज होते हैं, एंड दिस इज वेयर Selenium is winning the battle here।
एंड मैं खुद यूज किया था सेलेनियम। ओके, जितना कम्युनिटी है, जितना गूगल में आपको जो सपोर्ट मिलेगा, उतना प्लेराइट को नहीं मिलेगा, बिकॉज करेंटली फ्रॉम लास्ट 6 मंथ्स आई एम यूजिंग प्लेराइट। ओके, हमको कोई तो एक्सपर्टीज को पकड़ना पड़ता है, नहीं तो वर्क अराउंड करना पड़ता है। बट सेलेनियम में ऐसे नहीं था, गूगल के तो इमीडिएटली आपको मिल जाता था कुछ ना कुछ सोल्यूशन। कम्युनिटी बहुत स्ट्रांग है, बिकॉज बहुत साल से चल रहा है सेलेनियम, इसलिए नया टूल ट्राई करने में थोड़ा कंपनी वाले क्या करते हैं, थोड़ा डरते हैं। नया नया है ना प्ले राइट, सो ओके कुछ कंपनीज मांग रहे प्ले राइट इतना, मतलब हाँ अभी कोई नया प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट हो रहा है ऑटोमेशन का, दे विल गो फॉर प्ले राइट। जो ऑलरेडी प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है सेलेनियम बहुत साल से, तो दे आर यूजिंग इट। यहाँ पे देखो ना, सेलेनियम मार्केट शेयर अप्रोक्सीमेटली 23.28%, तो जस्ट 1.75%। कहाँ गया? 1.75%, राइट। यप। कौन कुछ में प्लीज टॉक इन इंग्लिश, ओके फाइन। Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is like the community is very strong for Selenium, but compared to Playwright. Okay, so Selenium is having a most widely used in the industry. Yep. Yes, Prasanna, any doubts, any questions? Aniket, Dinesh, Janvi, Nand Kumar, Nigita.
हाय सर।
Hi.
सर एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन था कि जैसे हम मैनुअल में टेस्ट स्क्रिप्टिंग करते, राइट?
Can you please ask in English so that Prasanna can understand? I don't. Okay, you ask. I will say that in English.
या तो जैसे मैनुअल में हम टेस्ट स्क्रिप्टिंग करते हैं सर, तो फिर वो ही ऑटोमेट करते हैं ना। तो इसके लिए भी है कुछ जैसे हम ऑटोमेशन में टेस्ट स्क्रिप्टिंग कर सकते हैं, या वही टेस्ट केसेस यूज करेंगे ऑटोमेशन?
Whatever the test case you write for a manual tester, as a manual tester, you write the test cases, right?
हम्म।
The same test cases you are automating with respect to Selenium using a, your Java language. That's it. You're not going to write a separate test cases for automation again. That's the reason manual testing will never end. But thing is, from the market, it's the expectation that we are, hiring automation tester, because everyone knows manual testing. To whom to hire now? See, if client directly asks, okay, we need to automate these tools, I mean, these test cases now, are they going to hire a different person? No. They want you to be updated to the automation so that you can update the, or you can write the same test cases in automation. That's all. If I have 100 test cases, I want to automate 100 test cases. Is it possible through automation? 100% automation is not possible from any of the tools. Okay, around 80 to 90 automate, I mean, test cases you can automate. Ajay sir, you want to answer first? If you
Yeah, I
want to
mean,
add.
rightly said, Professor. Joe, I mean, whatever the test cases we write for manual testing, they will be the reference point for automation. Automation will not have their own separate test cases. The same regression suite we will also follow, and say the regression suite contains 100 test cases. There will be certain challenges with automation. All 100 cannot be converted to automation. So maybe 90% of them or 95% of them will be converted to automation. And as Prabhu sir is telling, manual testing is always going to be there. We start with manual testing and any release related testing. जो, when the production release happens, there will always be manual testing involved. We cannot just automate the entire testing process. Automation is mainly focusing on the regression part. Okay, all new features testing will be done through manual. The initial testing will be done through manual. And when it comes to the regression testing part, which is mostly like 70 to 80% of our entire testing activity, that is where automation comes into picture. And for that, we will be referring to the main manual testing regression test suite. इसके लिए अलग सा टेस्ट सुइट नहीं होता है. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, no, guys, any other questions? Anyone?
सर ये मॉर्निंग का जो 7 to 8 का जो बैच है वही फिक्स्ड है क्या, या मतलब कोई और इवनिंग के लिए कोई टाइम स्लॉट है जो अगर नंबर ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स अगर
Uh,
ज्यादा रहेंगे?
See, evening session is not possible because all most of the guys are working in late night. Okay, for USA projects and UK projects and coming from the
मॉर्निंग सिक्स
office.
टू सेवन थोड़ा कर सकते हैं क्या?
That we need to check with Ajay sir because 6 to 7 बहुत सारे लोगों को उठने में प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है, right? In that case, 7 to 8 is a fix, I guess. Ajay sir, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean 6 to 7 will be, difficult for most of the people.
Yeah,
And late night sessions are very difficult because, even we will be, having some or the other meetings which might get stretched.
all right,
So based on all those previous experiences, we have kind of finalized this timing, 7 to 8.
exactly. Because
And anyways, we'll be,
many guys who comes to off from comes from office now, they will be reaching at 8 or 9 o'clock.
yeah,
Sonali. Last time, for example, this Pranali and all, they're working in Mumbai, they reach off, I mean, home at 8 or 9 o'clock, and by the time
Oh,
they are tired to sit for the classes. That's the reason we fixed it 7 to 8. You have to adjust. That's the reason I
या
said like you have to adjust
देखो,
the timing. That's it. Yeah, Jay sir, sorry.
yeah, I mean, same thing. This is something, uh, कुछ कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ efforts डालने पड़ते हैं. This is how we'll have to adjust. And
एक्चुअली आई एम ऑल्सो वर्किंग एंड मैं थोड़ा 8 बजे लीव करती हूँ, आई एम ऑल्सो इन
mm,
मुंबई, सो
yeah,
या
yeah,
विल मैनेज समथिंग, विल डू.
I understand. उसका एक बेनिफिट ये है कि हम रिकॉर्ड करते हैं सेशंस को. Maybe if you miss some part of the session, you can watch later in the day. ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं. Or maybe, we can have some revision kind of sessions on weekends. जो भी आपका वीकडे में जो भी डाउट्स होता है उसको आप पूछ नहीं पाते due to time constraints and all. We can have some revision sessions on weekends and we can have that discussion.
Sir, project related, like, is there any project like practice or so
We,
ये भी
we
include?
will be, doing this automation on the live websites itself. Okay, जो पब्लिक डोमेन में जो भी वेबसाइट्स है उसी उसी के ऊपर हम ऑटोमेशन करते हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि हम एक प्रोजेक्ट एंड टू एंड करेंगे, बट वॉट एवर द द ongoing sessions will be, they will be on real time applications itself. एक कोई भी एक पब्लिक डोमेन में एप्लीकेशन होगा जैसे कि अमेजोन है या फ्लिपकार्ट है या यात्री.com है, उसको हम पिक करेंगे और उस पर हम ऑटोमेट करेंगे. दिस इज हाउ वी विल बी डूइंग इट.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
बिकॉज वेब एप्लीकेशन इज वेब एप्लीकेशन. ओके, आप बोलेंगे एयरलाइन एप्लीकेशन पे करो, कोई बोल दे कि बैंकिंग एप्लीकेशन में करो, कोई बोल दे ई कॉमर्स एप्लीकेशन में करो. दैट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. सो वेब एप्लीकेशन इज वेब एप्लीकेशन, right? So sir will take you through any of the application which is there in the Google. So they'll do it, or Facebook, Amazon, Flipkart, whatever it is. Yep. Any other questions, guys?
Yes, sir. What will be the total fees and how when we are planning to start this batch?
Oh, this register by paying 10,000. 10,000 is a fees actually. Sorry. Sir, when we can start the session? We'll inform the group, but I'll ask
Yeah,
to sir.
we'll start in the coming week itself,
Yeah.
by Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll confirm the date in the group. Okay, it will be in this week only.
Okay. Okay. My suggestion is update a skill set because it is required in the market. If you see any of the job openings, definitely if you're getting 100 job openings, 80 to 70% of the people asking for automation testers, right? So because of that reason, please have a skill set. Okay, automation testing में सीख गया, okay, and I'll start doing from next month itself. No, not like that. It takes at least 6 months because it need a practice. 3 months almost it goes in the session. Okay, all 60 days. Weekend will not be having any classes. That I'll write here also. Weekend, no sessions. These weekends you can use it for your discussion or your practice, whatever it is. But you need a dedicated uh, free time for automation testing. This is for sure. It's not like a manual testing where you learn, and that's what I said earlier. And after sessions, you need at least 1 month or 2 months. How much time you give it to the practice, that matters, right, sir?
Yes, sir. So this has to be an ongoing activity. आज हम ऑटोमेशन का कुछ सीखते हैं, कल कुछ और सीखते हैं, तो आज का जो भी हमने सीखा वो काइंड ऑफ वी फॉरगेट. So we have to, do the revision part more rigorously. And ये कोर्स खत्म होते होते 2.5 months या 3 months जो भी होता है. And by that time you should do the revision so much. After that 3 months, the next month itself you should be able to switch to an automation role. But it requires a lot of practice. A manual testing जैसे नहीं है कि concepts हम learn करेंगे उसको याद करते रहेंगे आ जाएगा, नहीं. You have to sit in front of the machine and do the coding. Only then you will learn the dynamics. ये काम कैसा करता है, अगर मैं ये कोड लिखता हूँ तो वो एंड रिजल्ट वो एक्शन ब्राउजर पे कैसे होता है. You have to understand the entire ecosystem here. और यहाँ पे बहुत सारे टूल्स इंटर रिलेटेड होते हैं, जैसे कि टेस्ट इंजी, मेवन, गिटहब, जेंकिंस जो भी है. You need to understand their relationships. ये तभी हो पाएगा when you actually sit and do the practice. Okay. So we are, here to help you guys. We will teach from the very basics to the advanced concept. But वो teaching एक actual knowledge में तभी convert हो पाएगा when you actually practice from your side. So that is very important. Okay.
Yeah,
Any other doubts? Any questions?
guys, if you have any doubts, you can ask to Ajay sir.
Sir, when while these sessions, you said we will use any public domain project, right? So that only we can use in our resumes, or we have to build something other for for interview.
You can, whatever the manual project you will be working, right? You can tell the same thing.
Okay,
ऑटोमेशन में क्या होता है कि डोमेन के बारे में, एप्लीकेशन के बारे में ज्यादा नहीं पूछते. लाइक इन मैनुअल टेस्टिंग क्वेश्चंस, राइट? मैनुअल टेस्टिंग क्वेश्चंस में डोमेन रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन ज्यादा आते हैं. आपका एप्लीकेशन का आर्किटेक्चर, उसका नेटवर्क लेयर, डेटाबेस लेयर, इसके बारे में भी पूछते हैं. लेकिन ऑटोमेशन में ऐसा नहीं होता है. इट विल बी मोर ऑन द टेक्निकल साइड्स लाइक जावा, सेलेनियम
framework.
कमांड्स, फ्रेमवर्क, करेक्ट. और सी आई सी डी एक आता है जहाँ पे हमने जेंकिंस डाला है ना, वो सी आई सी डी का एक पाइपलाइन होता है, उस पे क्वेश्चन ज्यादा आते हैं. Okay, so for automation, you can tell the same project, whatever you are doing manually in your company. It will be more on the other side, the technical side.
Sir, a question like
Mhm.
how to merge the code, or we can say pipeline, that is also included in this syllabus, or like.
See, pipeline is a broader term. Okay, pipeline is basically from the development perspective. So developers will commit his code into GitHub, and that code has to travel through different environments. जो testing का environments होते हैं, it has to travel through different environments, and the end destination will be the production environment. This entire process is a pipeline. इसमें testing will be one phase. Okay, so whenever develop commits some code, it has to be tested. और वहां तो हम मैनुअली जाके टेस्ट करेंगे तो वो पाइपलाइन ही नहीं होगा. It has to be through automation. So let's say we have automated the regression part. So whenever the developer commits some code, that will be tested through the automated scripts, and the automated scripts say, let's say they pass, then that the developer's code will be transferred to the next level, say from QA environment to staging environment. And in staging environment also, once again, it will be tested again through automated scripts. And in the end, it will be deployed to production. This entire process, they call it as a pipeline. It is not related to automation or testing. In that entire process, testing is one piece. So what we will do, whenever we write the automated script, we will make it as a part of that pipeline with the help of Jenkins. So that part we are going to learn. How we will how we will put our code into GitHub, and how our code from GitHub will be connected to that pipeline through Jenkins. वो part हम सीखेंगे इसमें.
हम्म।
Okay.
क्या बात।
So this CI continuous integration is what we will be learning. वो pipeline जो होता है उसमें CD भी आता है, continuous integration plus continuous deployment. CI CD वो पूरा ecosystem है. Okay.
Yes, sir, got it. Thanks.
Yes, guys, if you have any questions, you can. Anyone? Any other questions?
सर
Yeah, Vishal.
सर जैसे मैं थोड़ा लेट ज्वाइन हो गया, मुझे पहले का मालूम नहीं,
Mm-hmm.
लेकिन मुझे एक क्वेश्चन था कि अगर जैसे मुझे कोई कोडिंग का नॉलेज नहीं है
Mm-hmm.
और मैं ये ऑटोमेशन करना चाहूंगा, तो मुझे कितना टाइम लगेगा मतलब करने के लिए?
ये आपके ऊपर डिपेंड है, कितना प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, कितना टाइम देते हैं उसको, आपके ऊपर डिपेंड है.
See, Vishal, basically you have to learn programming to do automation. Okay. As
हम्म,
per our course syllabus, it will require 20 to 25 hours to complete the Java sessions.
हम्म,
It is what we will do. Okay. But in those 20 to 25 hours, it totally depends on how much practice you will do from your side. You will know the concept, you will have the understanding, but वो confidence तभी आएगा when you actually work from your side. Okay. So the
okay,
more practice you do, the more coding you do, the more confident you will become. But to answer your question, in our syllabus, it will take 20 to 25 hours for learning the programming language, the coding. Okay.
हम्म। तो सर
But
इसमें मतलब
mhm,
बेसिक बेसिक नॉलेज जो रहता है जावा कोडिंग,
mhm,
वहां से स्टार्ट आप करोगे सिखाने के लिए, या फिर जो?
correct. इसमें प्री रिक्विजिट ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको कुछ कोडिंग या प्रोग्रामिंग आना चाहिए. इट विल बी फ्रॉम द वेरी बेसिक. लेट्स से हमको कंप्यूटर साइंस का कुछ अता पता नहीं है, दैट
बस
इज द प्लेस वी विल स्टार्ट. बेसिकली व्हाट इज प्रोग्रामिंग बेसिकली. ओके, हमारे पास एक कंप्यूटर, एक मशीन है, मुझे उस कंप्यूटर को कुछ कमांड देना है. लेट इट हैज टू डू सम जॉब फॉर मी. आई नीड टू टॉक टू इट. दैट इज वेयर दिस प्रोग्रामिंग कम्स. And there have been so many programming languages in the history. Okay, so that is how we will start. How you basically interact with the computer.
Okay.
मेरा लैंग्वेज तो इंग्लिश है. इंग्लिश कंप्यूटर को तो समझ में नहीं आएगा. उसको तो उसका एक लैंग्वेज होता है विच वी कॉल इट एज अ मशीन लैंग्वेज. वो बिट्स में समझता है 0 and 1. इट इज इट्स लैंग्वेज. तो मेरा जो लैंग्वेज है इंग्लिश है, मुझे उसको कन्वर्ट करना होता है कंप्यूटर की लैंग्वेज को. That is where we will start this course. Okay, so how to have the conversation with computer.
Okay.
मेरा लैंग्वेज को कन्वर्ट करके कंप्यूटर को समझाना पड़ेगा. Then it will understand, then it will do the job. Once I know this, then the same way I should talk with Selenium also. Okay, so this is how we will progress.
Okay.
Any other questions? Any queries, concerns, doubts?
Okay, guys, then your silence, I'll take it as no questions. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me on, okay, or this numbers. Okay, I think it's there in the poster. Fine. So when the session is going to start, that time and date, we'll put in the group. First 3 demo sessions are free. बिंदास अटेंड करो. ओके, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. देन डू द रजिस्ट्रेशन. ओके.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.